Hello guys, welcome sa aking channel, Winly TV. For today's video, galing naman ito kay The Darkest Secret. 5 horror videos you should never watch alone. Umpisahan na natin. Let's go!
There's a famous phrase that says, "It is better to be alone than in bad company." A phrase that
Ganon.
can be applied to whatever situation that is experienced at a given time, being a daily social context and of relationships. However, in a context of terror, where your heart rate increases due to the fear of the unknown, that phrase is invalid. Because even if the company is not ideal, you will always need someone to be at your side. That's what you'll feel when watching this video. A compendium of shocking footage that will make you so vulnerable that you'll need someone to keep you company.
Okay,
My
mukhang
name is
maganda to
Leonor
ah.
Clay, and this is The
The
Darkest
Darkest
Secret.
Secret.
Today we present 5 horror videos that you should never watch alone. Number
Okay,
5.
let's go.
The recording that reaches out to send us through the dark alleys of this investigation corresponds to a disturbing event that a young man lives in his house and that he wanted to share through his social networks. The young man entered what appears to be his daughter's room when suddenly something completely unexplainable begins to happen to one of the little girl's toys. This quickly made him take out his phone and start recording the phenomenon. Pay attention and tell me if this can occur naturally.
Vine al cuarto por mi cargador y me di cuenta que otra vez se está moliendo con esa cosa.
Parang may humihila lang. Pitan mo. Tapos tingnan niya, ganun-ganunin niya, no? Kung baka may tali.
Que tu puta madre. De la verga. A ver, ya chinga tu madre.
Okay?
Out of nowhere, that stuffed animal starts to move abruptly. I have analyzed it cautiously, and I think that movement can be achieved if there was someone pulling it with a thread from underneath the bed. However, if that were the case, the doll would have a certain angle of inclination towards the bed. It wouldn't go down as straight as seen in the image. But
Yun din
beyond
yung
that,
nasa
in the
isip ko eh.
clip, the young man implies that it is not the first time that something like this has happened. Strange things had already happened before. Are we in the presence of a poltergeist activity? Tell me what you think. Number 4. Julio Lopez from Querétaro, Mexico, is a faithful subscriber who sends me extremely disturbing footage. In his email, he says that he's part of a Facebook group that is dedicated to uploading photographs and images of the city. It was in this group that one day one of its members uploaded a clip saying that the night before he had gone out to smoke in a park near his house. Moment in which he takes out his cell phone to film the area with the intention of uploading it to the group page. At one point, he focuses on a back alley where a person was walking. What happens later, he defines as simply inexplicable.
Biglang nawala. Pwede.
How is something like this possible? How is it that that young man practically disappears in front of what appears to be a solid wall?
Pero
Julio says that there is no trick or manipulation of any
pero dapat kung halimbawang kukuha ka ng ganyan ano, bakit parang ginagalaw ba nila yung camera? Sinasadya ba nila para hindi maiisip ng tao na pwedeng camera tricks or edit, 'di ba? 'Di ba nila pwedeng i-steady, 'di ba? Ano lang, curious lang, no? So try na natin.
kind here. In fact, he states that he has been there many times, assuring that in that location there are no doors, gates, or any other type of access with which we could be confusing the wall. But without a doubt, the most shocking of all is that according to our subscriber, a few months ago, a likable young man had lost his life in a traffic accident in that sector. According to him, the person caught on camera resembles the young man who passed away. Could it be the spirit of that man who continues to walk the streets of his neighborhood? Tell me what you think. Number 3. The following footage is simply shocking. It was sent by Eralgamo, a
Mukhang mas
faithful
maganda to.
subscriber who from Honduras says that he is frightened by what is happening in his workplace. In his email, he says that he works as a general practitioner in one of the hospitals in his city, an establishment that has recently been affected by a rumor that had both patients and employees completely frightened. You see, several patients who had been hospitalized claimed that at night they saw a child walking around in their room. Others said that in their dreams a child took off their oxygen flow mask. The last detail made a bit of sense, since on several occasions the patients had complications because they woke up without their mask on, and many of them died because of it. Until a couple of weeks ago, this story was nothing more than a rumor to scare practitioners or new employees. However, our subscriber tells us that today the entire hospital is analyzing this situation after a patient recorded the video that you are about to see. Have you seen anything like this? We must immediately discard the idea that it is a product of the wind. It is as if something were underneath the mattress, a force that until now no
Yun
one
din yung
knows
iniisip
how
ko
to
eh.
explain.
Baka meron doon sa
While this video was
loob
being
mismo
recorded,
niyan,
the patient used the emergency button to call a nurse. 10 minutes later, they checked the hospital bed, but there was nothing there. The sheets were well placed, so it couldn't have been an animal or a rat trying to escape. If it was, they should have left evidence, but there was nothing. Is this one of the best evidence of the paranormal?
Kaya
You do
sawa.
remember what we said about the spirits of children, right? Only demons use that form to manifest. If it was not an animal, nor a product of the wind, what was it? What does your logical denial say? Number 2. From Buenos Aires, Argentina, Nara, a faithful subscriber of the channel, sent a video to my email that, according to her, is the verification of a strange and disturbing situation that both her family and her neighborhood are going through. She says that for days they began to hear the heartbreaking screams of a woman at night. Screams that did not
katakot
come
yun.
from a particular house, but rather moved through various sectors within the neighborhood. It was one early morning that while she was studying, Nara began to hear those screams, this time very close to her house. This made her take out her camera and start recording everything that happened on the street. What she recorded that day, she describes as extremely disturbing. Observe.
Parang napoposes.
It seems to be a woman, right? However, pay attention to its movements, to its contortions. Nara saw this with her own two eyes and assured us that her movements were abnormal. She assumed that it was a woman with mental issues, or that in the worst case, under the influence of drugs. However, after recording
rin.
and observing her more closely, Nara realized that her eyes were bright, something that if you look closely can also be detected by the camera. Is there any type of drug that causes that effect on the eyes?
Oo nga no.
Do you know what the worst of all is? Some neighbors who have seen this woman up close have described her with a skull-like face and completely bright white eyes that are hidden behind her long, dirty black hair. A woman who wanders around at dawn and who has aroused the fear of the entire community. No one knows who she is, and she disappears completely as soon as she turns the corner. Who or what could Nara have recorded with her camera? This remains a mystery. Number 1. We conclude this investigation with the shocking images sent by David Rivas Arauz, a subscriber from Iquique, Chile, who tells us about a chilling situation that he is suffering with his family. He says that he lives with his partner and their young daughter in his mother's house, who works as an elementary school teacher. David affirms that there have already been several weeks where strange noises and movements of objects have begun to be seen and heard in the home. This is why he decided to install a series of cameras around different sectors within the house. He says the result of those recordings has the whole family on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Observe.
Voy a poner una atención, ¿para qué? Para explicar cómo saqué,
May dumaan sa gilid.
cómo saqué
Yan tingin ko mukhang legit yun. Shadow pa.
David assures us that both recordings occurred at the same time. In the first recording, the presence of shadows is observed, while in the second recording, a strange entity walks through the baby's room. Do they correspond to the same phenomena? Although he has no way of verifying it, our subscriber says that his mother's sister died a few weeks ago. Her death practically coincided with the beginning of these strange manifestations that they have been experiencing. Could these recordings be proof of the existence of the afterlife? Let me know your opinion in the comment box, because this video has come to an end. My name is Leonor Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.
So ayun na guys, natapos na tayo no. Ilalagay ko ang link ni Darkest Secret sa description box below. Paki-subscribe at huwag nyo rin kalimutan, no? Binli TV. So hanggang sa muli. Babush!